Going live, going live. Johnny 5 is alive. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Tully Television Thursday night stream coming straight at you, 8 p.m. Eastern. Pretty regularly when I am not caught up in prior engagements. Welcome, everyone, though, to the weekly stream. I welcome you. Thank you for stopping by, liking, subscribing, sharing, all that beautiful YouTube stuff. Down below, there's a red subscribe bar. I hope that I hope the channel here has earned your subscription. If we have, please hit that subscribe bar, hit that all on the notification bell, and that will help us get into the algorithm of YouTube so more people can come across our channel. I'm really appreciative of you guys. Um, as you know, the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months have been really busy here at the Tully Television House. Um, my editor, Smokey Bishop, has been busy with his stuff, but we've been trying our best to get you the best content that we can get out to you. Um, I have links to my social media down below. I have a bonfire account that I linked. I recently made a coffee mug recently. I put the copy to that down in the link below. If you're a coffee drinker, you know how it is, how much of necessity it is to get that cup of joe in you and get going for the day. Running errands, doing this, doing that. We're all really busy, and I want to really thank you again for stopping by because that means that you guys must love what we're doing here, and we're going to continue to improve, and only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. um, but this week, I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that were on my mind. Uh, but something I came across on Facebook today, and it's not just a today thing. I always see this conversation coming up with people, and it's pretty interesting because I understand definitely where both sides are coming from, um, but what I found interesting today was that there was a conversation I came across about how guys who are friends with females uh, primarily are friends with them because of trying to get in their pants, so to speak. That they're holding on, lingering, holding on to that one little, uh, as Jim Carrey would say, so there's a chance. and, you know, uh, how I always was raised was that um, there's a possibility for anything, but what's the probability of that said thing happening? You know what I mean? Um, is it possible that you win the lottery and never have to work another day in your life? It's possible. It's possible, but is it probable? Not for the amount of people that play the lottery, you know? And I know I use that example a lot if you've come across this channel. It's just, I happen to buy scratchers on occasion. Of course, I buy a scratcher in hopes of winning the grand prize, the $1,000,000, or whatever, the $200,000, or whatever it is, the $100, whatever the case may be. Of course, I'm buying that in hopes to win something. It's a gamble. You know what I mean? And but is it probable that I'm going to win that? No. You know, out of all the years I've been buying lottery tickets, um, the most expensive prize I have won, geez, was like about 5 years ago or something like that. It was like $200. And compare, and I've won 100 here, 100 there, 50 here, $20, $10, $5, $2, nothing, nothing. Um, but if you add every scratcher or Mega Million or lottery ticket I bought since I was 18, 17, whatever, it doesn't equal out to the amount of money I won, but that's the gamble, you're doing the good old gambling, you know what I mean? And when you meet people and become friends with them, you're taking a gamble in a sense of even of what type of person they can or cannot be. And only through, excuse me, guys, interactions, conversations, um, interest, hobbies, and stuff, you can kind of get a gist of how the person is after a few interactions with them. And for those of um, that are better at hiding things, eventually things come out in the light. Um, so that's any relationship right off the bat. That's not any relationships you grew up with as far as your family or childhood friends that you kind of grew up with, the neighborhood kids, so to speak. Um, when you go into high school, you go into college, or around that age of entering the world, you have to be aware of the type of people you're meeting. There's a lot of dangerous people, and um, just because doing something is wrong doesn't mean that you shouldn't be aware of people and their actions. You know, it's kind of not right to rely on other people to not do things when you can be vigilant in your surroundings. It's also their surroundings, but primarily, no one's there to take care of you but you. There's a lot of fucky people out there, and just because it's not right to be fucky doesn't mean that you shouldn't be aware of what's going on around you either. That's a poor excuse for the most part. Um, you can't rely on other people always doing the right thing. You don't even do the right thing all the time. And I'm including myself in that. I don't always do the right thing when presented with opportunities to. Um, for instance, how many times have you found a $20 bill on the floor? It's not right to take that. You should hand that in somewhere that can locate the owner of that $20 bill. And you'll say, well, Tully Television, you're looking around and there's no one around. What are you supposed to do? Well, bring it to the police station. There is a thing that happens where if it doesn't get collected after a while, you get to keep it anyway. For just being a swell guy. Or at least in a perfect world, I hope that's how it works. But kind of similar approach. You can't always do the right thing. And I'm not comparing keeping a $20 bill on the floor is as bad as saying doing something horrible to somebody, okay? Uh, slipping something into somebody's drink and doing nefarious plans to that person is nowhere near as that's a major thing. You know what I mean? Um, Keeping the $20 bill isn't like that. So that's some of my thoughts on that. But back to the conversation I was hearing. Um, I heard someone on my Facebook today say how many men that are her friends generally are her friends without wanting to have sex with her. And that may or may not be true. You know what I mean? Um, every guy she knows may want to have sex with her because she's attractive and a viable option to have in your life. But I don't know how having those thoughts is such a terrible thing in an overall sense, because sometimes these thoughts do come randomly into your head when you really are trying to be a gentleman, you're trying to be a nice guy, on top of making her aware um, that you're interested. You know, how is a guy supposed to let a woman or a partner, um, I'm kind of being short sighted. It's not just a man pursuing a woman. If a man is pursuing a man, good morning, good. I was going to say good morning. I was going to say good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Fernando. How you doing, brother? Um, yeah, like if a man is pursuing a relationship or trying to pursue a person, a woman, another man, what have you. Um, yes, there are ways that you can proceed to make them aware that you're interested in them without being fucky. But if that person is attractive, of course you're going to imagine uh, what they are, how they look naked. Um, I've even unintentionally thought of people I wasn't attracted to naked. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't mean I want to have sex with them. It just sometimes random thoughts pop up in your head. I'm doing good, Fernando, man. How you doing, brother? I want to thank you for sharing that Undertaker show or something, a movie that looks really good. And then it's like a choose your own adventure story, which is really cool. Um, if you guys aren't aware, Netflix is putting out a show, and wrestling icon, wrestling legend, Undertaker's in it. And then there's this group called the New Day. And the New Day go into the Undertaker's place and they try to, uh, go through his house and stuff, and you get to choose different options. You know what I mean? Go left, go right, do this, do that, and it looks pretty interesting. It reminds me of a Bandersnatch that they had on Netflix a few years back. That was a good movie or show, whatever, interactive story. Um, but I want to thank you, Fernando, for putting me on to that, man. I hope you're doing good, bro. Um, I hope everything is good with you and the fam and stuff. But yeah, man. Um, yeah, I just don't understand why, if a guy is being respectful, trying to talk to somebody, even on a friend level, um, because there's plenty of women I've met and I've talked to, and I thought they were really nice people. Funny, smart, great personality, and sometimes that does add to the person, to their appearance of the person, and it's made me wonder. Oh, I wonder how life would be if I was in a relationship with this person or in that person. And it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily trying to be disrespectful to that woman. I wonder that these same women that look at really attractive men and thunder and lightning up here in upstate New York. Um, I wonder if women who look at uh, dudes with six packs or, really attractive guys, you telling me that women don't have those same sort of thoughts, that they wonder what it would be like with them to be with them physically. It's really hard for me to believe that every woman has an attractive male friend that they haven't thought of uh, doing the taxes with. You know what I mean? And um, if you're doing that and then complaining about men who are still being respectful to you, but feel like they want to have sex with you, um, it's kind of being a hypocrite, in a way. Um, I'm trying to think of an equivalent here. Like, I can go to a museum and admire uh, the Venus de Milo sculpture. I can go admire a Monet. I can go admire a Manet, a Van Gogh, or even a a Warhol painting. I can admire it and be like, "Oh man, that's beautiful. I'd love to have that hanging up in my house." And yes, in a sense, you can, because you can buy a poster of that or like a copy of that painting. Yes, you can do that with a person. You can't necessarily do that with. You can't buy. I mean, you can buy a person, but um, it's not like you can like something without necessarily. Uh, like, I'm not going to go tear that painting down just because I want it in my house. I can sit there and be like, "Oh, that's a really nice painting," and then move on to the next painting, and realize I can't have that painting, but it's nice that it's there. You know, I look at women in a similar way. I can sit there and admire your beauty. Um, I can think about how life would be with that woman, and still compose myself, um, and not be an animal about it. You know what I mean? Some guys, yes, are animals and they catcall and this and that, and then that I can see how that turns women off. Every day, all day, they're getting catcalled, they're getting called from the car, from across the street. Um, and there's a lot of creepers out there. Okay, I get it, man. Woman, I get it. I get that there's guys out there, people out there that are really creepers, and they don't know how to control those impulses. And I know that when you're in that situation, you're not thinking, "Oh, they're mentally ill," and for the most part, there's some sort of defect there that's making them do that. Where they can't control themselves. Um, Whether it be a personality defect, a mental deficiency, or something. Um, Only in-depth analysis would handle that answer. But I get that there's people like that. I get that there's women out there who have dealt with stalkers, unsolicited dick pics, unsolicited uh, unsolicited actions. You know what I mean? I get that uh, men can do that. Men are more likely to do that than a woman sending a picture of her vagina and breasts. You know what I mean, to a random guy. I get that it's more likely for a guy to send a picture of his pecker as opposed to, like I said, the other way around, a woman sending pictures of her breasts and vagina unsolicited. I get that a lot of women have to deal with that as well. And that's not right at all. I totally agree. I think where what happens with average guys is that even if you're attracted to them as a female, um, and you guys start off as friends, you're still worried: are they in it for the sex? Are they in it for the looks? And um, if you had problems with that, then you should really sit back and kind of think back on what some of the common denominators are and try to catch on quicker when it comes to certain things like that, because there's always going to be a pattern somewhere that you can be aware of, to help yourself out better. Um, because again, like I said, to try to rely on other people to do the right thing, you'll be waiting all day. And that's just the way it is. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. But at the same time, uh, life is unfair. Life is unfair sometimes. And right, you gotta weigh the pros and the cons. Um, I have been, it took me some time to realize that, just because a woman, say, isn't attracted to me personally, doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me. Okay, it means that she's just not attracted to me. She may like my personality, she may think I'm funny, but there's not something that's clicking or connecting with her for whatever reason. And that's fine, man. Um, you know, Not everyone is for everyone's cup of tea. For every uh, person that you think is hot and a 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10, there's someone out there that's like, not for me. Um, there was a joke meme out I've seen a few years back where for every hot woman or man that you see on the internet, there's someone tired of their shit. You know what I mean? And it's true, Um, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell sometimes because, um, like, I'm not saying that a guy who has a woman friend that they're attracted to should be a friend and linger on in the hopes of having sex with that person. You should just want to be around and be a part of their life and wish for the best for them, root for them. Um, there's plenty of females I've met in my life that I'm like, oh man, smoking tamale right there. And if I've gotten to know them in life, and when you get older, you can kind of know when someone's into you and when someone's not into you. And if you can't pick up on social cues like that, it's always better to have the conversation earlier than later before there's any real hard feelings um, in on that. Because the sooner you can hash things out, the sooner you can get back to enjoying each other's companies. And even if you had a conversation with someone about maybe proceeding that friendship into the next level and it doesn't work out, that doesn't mean that you can't be mature and be like, all right, well, figure I'd try. uh, oh well. And you have to try to get past it and do the best that you can with it, because now you're gonna make things awkward because you didn't get your own way. Um, it happens, and there will be a time that that person will appreciate that, you know, and not in the way of getting with you. It just means, you know what, Dave always was there, man. He never tried to make me feel uncomfortable, in life. Even after he told me that he was into me, good for him. He's married. I'm married. It's something for us to chuckle at, Um, you can be friends with the opposite sex. You can be friends with them, even if you were attracted to them at one point or still attracted to them. But you can't. Don't pity. Don't get a. Uh, Getting pity sex is so lame, man. You don't want pity sex, do you? You want a person into it. You know what I mean? And some of these things I'm saying, I know I'm using uh, men and women, but I also mean just like anyone in pursuance of a relationship, whether it's the same sex relationship or a different sex relationship. I'm just meaning in the pursuance of a relationship. Try not to make things awkward if um, they're not into you. Um, it just happens. There's plenty of people out there, a lot of subcultures that you can get involved with, that you can find someone in. Especially with the internet these days, you can definitely um, find people that are into the same things you're into. No doubt about it. Um, Maybe back in the day, it was a little bit harder to try to find people that were into the same things that you were into, but not really anymore. It's really easier to find people who are, um, if you're a goth kid or you know, if you're a goth person, there's a lot of goth people out there, and there's even subcultures in goth and in rock and roll and hip hop and um, these type of hobbies and stuff. You'll find if you're into it, someone else is most likely into it. You know what I mean? And you can always come across people and never really know uh, what they're what they were meant to do in your life. You know what I mean? Um, have there been friends that realized later on they loved each other? Yeah. Um, but that's like, I don't know how few and far between that is, but that seems more like Hollywood stuff to me. Um, it reminded me a little bit of the plot of Free Guy, which great movie, Free Guy. But ultimately, these two friends who were programmers, male and female, they were friends for years, and the guy was in love with the female all these years, and she finally realized that he was in love with her, and uh, seemed like they were going to get together at the end of the movie. That seems like it's very few and far between because, again, uh, you can try to make yourself available, and it's you're not getting anywhere or the results that, or not sure if you're getting the results or acknowledgement. You can always again talk to the person and let them know how you're feeling. It's scary, but you know, life. Sometimes you can take a chance in life and hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. So I just hope that that helps someone. It can be very scary. Um, Revealing your emotions to somebody and being vulnerable to somebody in the face of a possible rejection, and it's tough. It's tough being rejected, right? Sometimes it's not always what we want. It's what is best for the other person too. Just because I think I'm the best option for someone doesn't mean they think I am the best option for someone. Maybe they're looking for different things, and that's okay too. I don't want anyone interfering in my happiness, and I don't want to hold anyone up in their happiness. Even if that doesn't include me. It happens, man. It's as Vince McMahon said one time, life sucks and then you die. And sometimes it's sucky, man. It's sucky, but you have to think, how did you make it all the way through the years before meeting this person, and you were fine, quote unquote. you'll be fine again. Once distance puts Vince is old already. He's Vince. Oh my god, I can't believe he's still trucking, man. Vince McMahon, that bum. But yeah, man. I just hope that this has helped you or whoever who comes across this realize that it's okay to be attracted to somebody. It's okay to wonder what they uh, may look like, uh, in their birthday suit, but be respectful about it. Pick up on social cues. Don't make things awkward for people. Life is awkward enough as it is. Um, Even when you try to shoot your shot, don't try to make it awkward. Think of something cheesy to say or not cheesy to say. Whatever. Trial and error. Trial and error. Um, yeah, so that was my thoughts about that conversation offhand that I've seen. I also wanted to talk about real quick this What If show. That the latest episode is what if Thor and Loki didn't, uh, if they weren't raised together, and Thor ended up becoming like a frat boy and came to Earth and had this big worldwide party that he trashed Earth like a high school party would trash their mom and dad's home. Um, but then he cleaned it up and relaxed the party, and then at the end of the episode was Ultra Vision, Ultron and Vision. Uh, Pretty crazy combination. Looking has the Infinity Gauntlet, and then that's where it ended. So that What If episode ended pretty well. It was pretty fun watching it, but not my favorite What If episode. Um, I need to catch up on some of those videos myself to send to Tim. I sent them episodes 1, 2, and 3, but the second one I messed up on, so I have to redo that one and then make the videos for 4, 5, and 6, and maybe 7. This was 7. And last thing I'll talk about before I head out, uh, I'm gonna keep it somewhat short. I've been reading, got the first 2 issues of King the Conqueror. It's a five issue miniseries, re-examining his origin story through his younger self when he started the path to becoming king, and Immortus and Ramatut. And the first issue was him as king already coming back to teach him about the mistakes he made, and brought him back to the Cretaceous period before the meteor fell and killed off the dinosaurs. And long story short, young Nathaniel Richards, left Old Man King there by stealing his time armor and winded up in ancient Egypt, where he's facing Ramatut. He met Ravonna Renslayer, who happened to be Moon Knight. So Moon Knight has been around forever. The mantle. And then near the end of that issue, he seems to join forces with Apocalypse. So I'm very interested in where that's going to be going. So interesting series so far. If you like Kang the Conqueror, check out the current 2 issues of that are out. Highly recommended that. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's it, really, for the week. I've been just really busy, but I did want to keep up with doing the stream this week. I want to thank everyone again for stopping by, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Only together can we let YouTube know that we are the best unknown YouTube channel going today. And yeah. Oh, wow. And no, that doesn't mean I'm a whatever. Um, Please stop again. I recently uploaded a retro blast of the great outdoors, and check that out. That'll be on the channel. Thank you all again. Really, it means a lot, and only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. But until next time, peace, Nippons.